Okay, thanks everyone for coming. Obviously here today to announce a promotional signing in Mould. Very exciting, I suppose well established and well known fighter in the region, and obviously delighted to have him on a promotional contract working alongside Mal Gates as his manager. Lee will be exclusively boxing on Fighting Chance promotion shows over the next coming years, and working closely with us to help try and profile and build his career. So very excited. It's the first hopefully of many promotional signings, but you know, something that we've been working on for a while now. Lee's boxed on the last 2 of our shows and got himself active and regular again after periods of inactivity, and you know, really looking forward to watching him profile and watching him grow and hopefully creating a pathway for him.
So it seems like a match made in heaven, because Lee needs to be kept active, and obviously with John Lewis and Travis and Craig to a certain degree going elsewhere now, which were your most experienced fighters, it's good to get someone like Lee on for the shows to give you that extra. Yeah, I think the high level fights.
Yeah, definitely, and I think when we set out to take out this promotional contract, a big part of that was that we wanted to train fighters, to manage fighters, and promote fighters, and that meant, and we've said it for long enough, that we want to work with everybody, because for me the Northeast only grows if it works together and develops, and that's, you know, what we've done with Lee. Obviously he's going to stay training with Mal and be managed by Mal, but hopefully we can create a pathway with them to get them to the level that they want to be at, really. So yeah, Lee's an exciting talent. We've seen firsthand what he can do, and I probably didn't think when we started on this journey when he boxed Craig that we'd be sat here now doing what we're doing, so it shows that things can come full circles, really. But yeah, excited to give him an opportunity and you know, create those title opportunities that we've done for others before, really.
It shows that opportunities can come when you show respect, because obviously there was respect before the fight with Craig Dixon, and there was respect afterwards. I remember Mal hugging Ronnie before the fight in the middle of the ring, but obviously it's gone full circle now, and I suppose, Mal, from a manager's point of view and a trainer's point of view, what are you looking to get from this deal?
To be honest, the deal really is about Lee. Lee's a really good fighter, and we need to move him forward. He's stagnated too long. The title fights he had have all been away from home. He went to Sheffield and boxed Mackin, he came up Gateshead and boxed here, and went to Blackpool, you know what I mean, because he's hard to match, because he's such an exciting fighter. But this is the umbrella we need to be under to get Lee to where he should be. He should be fighting for titles. He's a TV fighter, he's an exciting fighter, and I think with Lewis, you know, it gives Lee a bit of structure to his career.
So you're going to get more regular fights and extra exposure as well?
Yeah. Meaningful fights, he wants meaningful fights. Lee can't get up for these fights. There's got to be meaningful fights, you know what I mean? And we're going to get him them fights and get him out that weight with the help of Lewis.
And obviously having a couple of fights this year, that gives you the platform to build on now as well, doesn't it? As opposed to being out for a year and come back with a big fight. You're
saying out for a year, but Lee was never out of the gym. He's a gym rat. He's always in the gym. He boxed on the Friday, he was in the gym, you know, straight away on over the weekend. He just wants to train, he just wants to fight. And I think when he's had a fight, you can see, right, I'm boxing on this show on whatever date, I know I'm on that show, definitely, and then we'll just aim towards that.
Right now, so obviously yourself, Lee, you've had, I think from a boxer's point of view, there must be so many frustrations. I can't eat this, I can't go out there, and I can't drink then, but the biggest frustration must be not fighting, inactivity.
Them things you just says, like, that didn't bother us going out or eating stuff like that. Like, boxing's my life, so if I'm fighting then I'm happy, and a happy fight is a dangerous one. So with signing with Lewis and Fighting Chance, I'm just happy to have a bit of structure, just date set. Like I've just fought last Friday, and he says that I'm out on the 3rd of December, so just to keep the fights coming, and I'll be happy.
That must be music to your ears when you're wondering when you're going to be fighting next, and you just get rid of one opponent, and it's that.
Yeah, definitely something to get back in the gym and to look towards. Normally we get back in the gym and we're like, well, where we're going to go from here, when's the next fight coming from? But now with Lewis like coming on board, we know when the next fight's coming, so we can prepare for it, and we've just had 2 fights in a short space of time, and last time was had 2 fights. I had a year out in between both of them,
yeah.
And now I'm getting more active, and shows coming up we know when we're going to be ready. So I think that this is where you're going to get the best out of us.
And obviously you've had 2 fights with fighting chance now, or 3 with fighting chance, really, including the Craig Dixon fight. But I suppose the 2 you've had this year, it's almost like a try before you buy, and now that it's official, everyone can move forward together.
Well, Lee was comfortable working with Lewis. He was happy to box on them 2 shows, and it went well. And so, that was a natural progression from our point of view.
I like the way Lewis, the way they dealt with us for the Dixon fight. Like they treat us with respect.
Yeah.
Everything about that show was a great show, and I like the way they promoted it. So that's why I was happy to sign with him as well.
Good result as well.
I remember I gave that 5 stars for Boxing News as well, so everybody wins all round. And Lewis, you said obviously at the start of your announcement there that obviously you're hoping this to be the first of many. Mm-hmm. It's only going to be the first of many if this one works, because that's then going to attract more people in. Now, Lee's wanting meaningful fights. I know Mal's wanting to get meaningful fights for him. Obviously the idea is to fight on the 3rd of December for the next show. Yeah. Obviously not naming any names, but what sort of fight are you looking to get for Lee on that one and moving forward?
I think for me it's looking at some area title type fights, some local fights if those fights can be made. If not, something that's going to progress him in the rankings and going to, if he's going to be a light welter, then we need to look at what's going to move him forward in that division to get him, when Mal says he feels he's ready to go on and step into that English title level, he's already been there and done it. For me, he needs to be back there sooner rather than later. Yeah. But it's got to be at the right weight and the right opponent. So, the key for me is that he's going to be out 3rd of December. We've sort of mapped out 2 or 3 dates already and stuck to those. And I think that's what we aim to do. All of our fighters will be given 4 or 5 dates a year where our shows will run, and 9 times out of 10 those show dates will always be what they're going to be, other than the odd blip like we've had with Ashington. Yeah. But again, that worked through and we've still managed to maintain and deliver a top quality show. So I think it's exciting. We're only going to work with fighters who have that same ethos that we have. And not everybody can be a world champion, not everybody can achieve, but you know what, if they train and they're committed and they want to get somewhere, then for us, a boy winning a Masters title or a Northern Area title or an English title can be their world title, and I think Lee's got that commitment, he's got the right ethos, he understands the game, he understands that there's tickets and things that have to be done, but if they give 110%, then that's what we give back, and we've always sort of delivered for those that we work with.
And that's something you always get from Malgate's fighters. Yeah. You always get 110% minimum.
Which is why I think it works. That's where, there's a number of fighters out there and some, talented, but actually they've got to have the whole package. They've got to have that commitment. They've got to have that right ethos, because if they don't, it just doesn't work. There's all sorts of different characters, and I think, as Lee said, working with Lee on the Craig Dixon show, it was a pleasure to work with the team, and we've tried to make that and redo different bits and pieces throughout the way, but those careers, those paths have changed, and ultimately now we're sat here and looking to progress Lee's career and get him back to the level that I think he belongs at, which is English, British, Commonwealth title level in the future.
So the fight with Dixon, what you'd probably say was your most successful fight so far in terms of the exposure and everything, but that was at welterweight. Yeah. And you're looking to be fighting at light welter moving forward, which was always going to be your weight. You stepped up to welterweight because the opportunity was there, wasn't it?
Yep. With the inactivity, the welterweight just seemed to be, because I was at that weight where I've had 2 fights in quick succession, so the weights, and I've got a date for the next fight, so I think that's the way I need to progress to come down to light welter.
So keep it off rather than put it on and take it back off.
And that's the purpose of the show dates. If we can map out and sit down with Lee and Mal and say, look, these are the planned dates, and give him 10, 12 weeks in between that, he can choose his couple of weeks off, and then he can plan his training and progress to that level that we want to be at. And you can only ever plan one fight at a time, but ultimately if he's got 4 or 5 mapped out in what might happen and what might be the end goal for that, then hopefully he gets to that level again.
And again, it's like what Lee said before with the last time you had 2 fights, there was a year between the pair of them, and this time it's just a matter of a couple of months, and you've got another one in 3 months' time, or is it 3 months-ish? So, again, that's what I mentioned before, the thing that's going to irritate, irk, frustrate you the most. That seems to be out the window, so you got no more excuses. So you've got to keep smiling now.
Yeah, but like Mal says, I've got the structure now. Like we've got fighting chance behind us, which is great, and they're gonna just push us on. That's what I want.
So now it's about, you've always had the potential from when you first started, but it's a matter of how much potential we don't quite know.
Yeah, that's what we now want to find out. Yeah, that's what I want to find out as well, because when you're fighting like these fighters who's coming just to survive or just make it outward for you, it's like you're not getting the best out of us. I need someone just as hungry as me coming to fight, and I think that's when we're going to get the best. And I think like I just want 50-50 fights. That's all I want now. I've told Lewis I don't want to go in again and just for the sake of it. I want to be progressing. I need to be fighting someone just on the same level as me.
I think when you've had the inactivity, it's good to have those fights to come back and get rid of the rust. But when you know you're going to be fighting regular, it's you want the challenges, you want to find, you want to test yourself, and that's going to drive you on. It's going to improve you as well. So.
Well, he's done his apprenticeship, he's done his apprenticeship, he's fought for a title away from home. Well, let's get him back at home and get some belts, you know what I mean?
So all sounds good to me, boys.
So watch the space, obviously there'll be an announcement about the 3rd of December show. That's shaping up to be a fantastic show. We've got the small matter of one of Mal's other fighters headlining in Ashington next as well. So, another fantastic fight to look forward to. Got Danny Wall on that bill, and God knows how many other fighters on there. It's become a bit of a monster, but we've got about 11 fights to date. Some fantastic, prospects on there. Obviously, Lee will be there. And then, as I say, we'll push on to the 3rd of December. Hopefully, look at trying to get some sort of title fight for Lee if we can. And then, push it on from there and see where we get to. And
any idea on the venue for December 3rd?
Yes.
Alright, okay, that'll do.
Yeah, it's booked and confirmed. To be honest, it's going to be much closer to Lee's home than ours, so you can pick the bones out of that one.
Yeah.
But that's something that we're looking to do. We'll make an announcement on that probably in the next week or so, probably at the Ashington press conference on that one, just because I'm trying to tie up a couple of bits and pieces. Yeah, so just need to finalise that one.
Alright, I'm not asking any more questions. I'm not getting any straight answers, so thank you. Thanks
very much.
Thanks
everyone.
Sorry, cheers,
Right,
Cheers, Lewis. Thank you.